What is going on? What is going on? It is DJ Cherry Show. Thursday. One, and I mean 1 day left of Black History Month. So I'm sure some of you guys are very excited that it's gone. I'm just happy to be moving on. I never liked 28 days. 28 days, 29 days, it doesn't really matter. It just feels very, very short. But we're here today. I got my fan on because it is, I feel like it's about 88 degrees and it's only, 10:45 here. It's a warm, we had a warm week. It's going to drop down to 60s in like 2 days. So we're enjoying. I'm not ready to enjoy summer weather yet. Probably because we haven't actually had any rain. We've had like a couple of days of rain. So now I'm ready for, a few weeks of rain. I am not a science denier, science pusher. I'm not a global warming type person, although I do believe that climate plays a big portion of the situation that we are in. I'm in California, by the way, Southern California. But it has become obvious to me that we are like 2 months behind. 2 or 3 months behind weather-wise. Everything that's been happening over the last, just the last year and a half, 2 years, we've been pushed. That's what I have noticed. So days that it's supposed to be warm, it's cold. Then it's raining. Well, we haven't had any rain. Fire season started in January. Fire season always starts around September, October. January, it just hasn't been, the weather's been weird. It's been off. But thank you guys for hanging out today. It is February 27th. I should probably start putting like actual, I don't know. I put the date on there, but I think I should put episodes on. I kind of feel like I should. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Maybe seeing episodes will just depress me more. All right, let's open up. Have you tried Djay Pro yet with Performer? Is this a joke? Is this a joke? This feels like a joke. Thoughts? Well, welcome to the first time you've been on this show. Welcome, because it is obvious that it is the first time you've been to the show. Thank you for hanging out today. Yeah, I have a review that is not here, that should be here, but it's not here yet. I've been using DJ for months, but I'm not going to tell you my thoughts. I'm going to make you wait. I'm going to make you wait for the review. Spoiler alert, I like DJ a lot. It's not perfect, but there's no DJ software that is. But I like it a lot. I do. But welcome. Thank you for coming out today. Make sure you come back. Make sure you come back. We do this every Thursday. All right, let's take a look at some of the comments that I've been missing. Justin the DJ in the building. What's going on, fam? Did Justin do a video yet? I don't even know. My notifications have been off. Not just my algorithm notifications have been off. Let me just look and see. Justin. The DJ. Not to be confused. Let's see here. I don't see it. I don't see it. Okay, Justin, I'll be waiting for your for your video. Oh, and send me that other video if you have. So I don't want to talk about mechs just yet. We're going to wait on mechs for just a minute here. But we'll talk about it. I want to wait until we get, some more people on. Now it starts out a little slow. And then in the next, within 30 minutes, the numbers are where they should be. All right. Yeah, I'll get tickets for mechs for 2026 yet. Okay. Let's take a look. Rage 120. I am DJ Fox. AC1 Music. Uno Nice. Dennis 50 plus. That's some confidence to call yourself Dennis 50 plus. That's confidence. That's like, because that means you've been 50. So we don't even know how old you are. You could be 50. You could be 75. We don't know. That smart 50 plus. All right. Good people in here. All right. Any recommendations for a travel bag or case for Rain Performer? I'm going to need something for storage and transport from place to place. Well, it depends on what your plan is for transportation. Are you trying to get on a plane? Do you just want it, for your truck or for your vehicle? You just want to have a bag to put it in. You're doing club gigs. You want to have it in a bag so you can roll it around. All of these things. There's only one bag that I would recommend, and that is that's from Jetpack Bags. It is their glide system, Jetpack Glide. They make one that's big enough for the Performer. It's a little bigger than their original one, which is a little bigger, was a little lighter, but the Jetpack Glide system, I think it's Glide system, because the Jetpack Snap and the Jetpack Glide. So I would recommend that. I actually have that. I have several bags, the Jetpack Glides, and I use them for, one is for my Rev 7. The smaller one, I put my T7 in. So I'm going to eat a little bit while I'm talking to you. So Jetpack Glide system is what I'd recommend. Anything else is going to force you to use muscles. I don't think anybody should carry a Performer. Like, oh, let me just walk around with it. I did that, by the way. I was, when I first got it and I was using it, I had an event in Vegas. So I drove to Vegas, and I drove a couple people from the event also. But we were at a nightclub, so we didn't have any gear or anything like that. So I put the Performer in the truck, but I had to bring it. It was at the Hard Rock in Vegas. And yeah, I had to go down to my truck. Sorry, something's in my eye. I had to go down to my truck, grab the controller, then walk it up to the nightclub. And just from going from the truck to the nightclub, it was heavy. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was heavy. In fact, I do have a picture. I have to grab my computer so I can. Sometimes clients can just be so rude. Yeah, this is why I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, because clients can be absolutely, sometimes terrible. Do Not Disturb. All right, so I will show you a picture of the Performer once I get my computer, which I don't believe is in this bag. I think it's in the living room. It's in the living room. All right, let me get that, because I do want to show you, and I also want to show you some pictures I took, and then we'll actually feel like a show, because it doesn't feel like a show right now. It feels like I'm just randomly talking about nonsense. We don't want that. We don't want nonsense. So just hold on for half a second here. I am really excited about moving forward with our party. Yeah, I'm excited too. It should be a really good party. Just got a couple more questions before I sign the contract. So if you don't mind, let me just get out my questions here. One, what kind of lighting do you use? Specifically, do you use Chauvet? Yeah, I have a whole bunch of Chauvet lights, but I have a lot of other ones. There's a lot of good companies out there. Okay. Do you use RCF speakers? No, I use JBL and QSC, depending on the size of your party, but they're all good speakers. Last question, the most important question I have. Do you mix in key? Do I mix in key? Well, I mean, I've been DJing. I was at a party once and the DJ played a transition that was completely out of key. I could not unhear it, ruined my whole night. Can I see your Serato mixed in key playlist, please? Okay, let's get this off too, so we can talk. All right, so back to the real world. Let's get some pictures in here. I'm going to send some pictures over because I thought this was very funny. So you guys know I'm on Instagram a lot. That's kind of like my main thing. If I'm going to do any social media, it's going to be Instagram. Yeah, I do some TikTok too, but for the most part, it's all Instagram. Let's see here. Open with preview. Okay. Here we go. All right, making sure. So as I'm on Instagram, I get a lot of ads. We all get ads, promotions, and things like that. But recently, I got, as a lot of you do, some Temu sponsored ads. And I thought, well, these are hilarious. Now, the reason why I thought it was hilarious was because one picture caught my eye. And it was this picture right here. Let's see if we can get to this one. Oh my God. Work, damn it. When I said smoothly, I did not mean this. This is not smooth. Where is my cam? Oh, okay. I know what's going on. Hold that thought. Okay. So this right here is a Temu sponsored ad that I received. Now they put a whole bunch of pictures on here. Let me zoom in so you can kind of see what I'm looking at here. Okay. This is a stand for your, looks like a Flex 10. The skinniest Flex 10 on the planet. This is crazy. This is crazy that they think that this is okay. So now, are you going to go to this ad and go, that's exactly what I wanted. Look at the speaker. Look at the speaker. What am I supposed to do with this thing? And it's on a rolling cart, but then the speaker sits in between, but there's no base for the speaker. So you're just going to put it on there. Okay. Hold on. There's more. Hold on. Let me. Okay. Here's another one. This one is great. Okay. We have, rolling case. Now, this is normally reserved for a mixer, that you can pull up, but fine. Okay. Maybe it's one of those old school Denon or Newmark CD controllers. Fine. But what the hell is this thing over here? And another one over here. And where do these, obviously these cases are for the front and the back. We know that. I don't know what this is. Is that tractor? Feels like tractor. And then this Casio typewriter mixer here. Anyway, hilarious. Okay. Do we have more? Oh, this is my favorite. This is my favorite here. These are obviously CDJs, but This is Pioneer jogging wheel stickers. Jogging wheel. Jogging wheel. Now, if you guys remember the table before, it was over here. Okay? This was the same table. Okay? We're clear? We all know the size of the Flex 10. It's not a small controller. It's actually quite large. But, strangely enough, they got the same keyboard right here. Now, if you guys know the size of this keyboard is small. This keyboard is like this big. This fits in a normal little ass backpack. Need those jogging wheels for gym kicks. Oh, now this one right here, this is my favorite. My favorite. I don't know why I went out and bought all those super expensive movers. I mean, I bought swarms too. I don't know why I bought a swarm. Look at this thing. This has everything you'll ever need. I don't even. Okay, this is probably the strobe lights. RGB UV. So what do we have? Some UV little lights here. Okay. More UV here. I don't know what these things are. Maybe these are lasers. And then an infrared controller. Party lights. Anytime someone says, DJ system, we bring a high-end DJ system, microphone, party lights. Now you know where they got them from. Okay. Now, this one. What is this? A DDJ? What is it? DDJ 200, I think? This is an older one. Again, why are we mounting our controllers in the deck here? And I didn't even notice before. What the hell is this? Why are the turntables and the 900 mixer smaller than the controller? What are we doing here? Oh. And don't forget your speakers. Don't forget your speakers. And then we just have random controllers over here. How many DJs are there? How many DJs are on this event? And why is it that one DJ can't use the other one's controller? Why do they have to bring the exact same controller? And why are our knees being bombarded with sound? Why are they facing me? Oh. Okay, this one is this is more of a warning. Do not buy your cold sparklers from Temu. That's a warning. That is an absolute warning. I don't care what deal you're going to get. I don't care how great they look on paper. Do not buy your cold sparklers from Temu. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Okay, this one, look, this is your typical Pro X facade front board. That's fine, whatever. But look, first off, I don't know what this is. This looks like just a standard monitor, but let's fine, whatever. You're using it. This is my favorite part, though. Okay, this is the I don't know how good their rayon fabric is, or whatever they're using for in here. but I've never seen a facade do this. Ever. I've never seen a facade literally reflect the lighting that's in the building, because this is clearly a reflection of the lighting in the building. These are amazing lights, amazing front boards. You guys are missing out. Okay, again, this is all AI, by the way, as you can see. That is absolutely an AI man. There's a big ass stage right behind him. And he is what appears to be on a concrete floor with nobody. Those are the largest jogs I've ever seen. Are they jogs? Are they turntables? I can't tell. And then this light source, what is this, the Ape Labs can? What's going on with this light source? And more importantly, why is the light source not centered? Why is this light source, why aren't we centered with the panels? Okay. Here is, what is that, a Bose S1? I think that's supposed to be a Bose S1. And obviously they're street performer, got her microphone, her guitar. She's got her guitar amp, but her guitar amp is like facing the pole for the stand. Now they're selling the stand. This is the stand they're selling. First of all, look at the size. Look at the thickness of this pole. For this small ass speaker. But more importantly, I guess it's a adjustable pole. Because, you know, that's what we like. We like to just kind of slide our poles right up and not have any way to hold them up there. That's fine. I'm more concerned at where the feet are. Where are the feet? Yeah, let me slide it over so you can see more. Where are the feet? Where's the bottom of this bass? Because the speaker is either on them. It's just weird. It's just weird. And then, of course, this is all DJ's favorite facade, which I'm not really sure why. I can't stand the look of this facade. I don't like anything that's open. That, hey, look at me and look at my legs and look at all this. I got enough with my furniture. I mean, that's why I got the larger size Danny Max booth, because the skinny one, that's all my legs, and I'm good. But these I can't stand. Now, first off, I don't know what this thing is. I guess that's for your logo. I don't know where the hell these Road Warrior speakers came from. I've never seen these speakers. Are these the what are they called? The sound blocks. Is this a sound block speaker? Yeah, the speakers are facing the right way, and they got a big ass cover in the middle, covering up the tweeters. So you're gonna get nothing but muffled sound. And then of course, I don't know what this thing is. I mean, clearly it's got some small jogs, but then it has a mixer built inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 7. I'll say 6. So we have 6 inputs or outputs. It's very hard to say because these are clearly outputs here. By the way, nothing plugged in. This is clearly a microphone, and that's your power. But also that's your power. Looks like a 1/4 inch somebody tell me what this is. The sides are not identical because we have performance pads here and then smaller performance pads here. We have some sort of toggles here, but then we have buttons, I think, over here. And then whatever the hell this is, I don't know what that is. Why is this not symmetrical? It probably is supposed to be the Roland controller. Oh my God. Do I have any more? I think that might be it. I want to let me go forward. Don't need that. All right. Yep, I hit them all. So, don't shop from Temu. I guess that's ultimately what I'm saying. Temu tried to get me to do a video review. If Sapphire made an NPC. Yeah, they emailed me and we're like, hey, you know, we'd love for you to do some videos for us and do all this. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I will. Talked about it, you know, a few months ago. Maybe I will. That I will, you know, if you could give me a product credit, I'll buy a whole bunch of stuff and then I'll do a review. Now, they're like, that sounds great. Now, in my mind, I'm going, I'm about to roast these people. That's all I was thinking. Like, I'm going to roast these people. Are you sure you want me to roast you and you pay me for it? Because that sounds backwards. Like, if I want somebody to promote me, I don't. Okay, so what is that? It's not Temu. What is the Tubi? Everything with T. Why is T trash right now? But Tubi. Tubi has terrible movies. Terrible movies. But they've embraced it. They've turned it into the joke. They are now on. They are part of the joke now. So people are like, I watch Tubi all the time. I like Tubi. Now, I don't watch Tubi, but needless to say, there are people that watch it, or they wouldn't be doing ads and Super Bowl commercials and all that stuff. So they're making money, making terrible movies. Terrible movies. Anyway, so I think Temu, maybe they go along for the ride, but I just couldn't do it because the problem was, as I said, yeah, we can do that. And then I would get these kind of sponsored ads because obviously I talked about Temu live. So my microphone gods are now knowing that I'm talking about Temu. So now I'm going to see more sponsored ads. And that's what happened. And I started seeing these sponsored ads and I just couldn't. I said, this is trash. And I can't do it. Maybe I should. Maybe I should stoop down to the average person's YouTube videos. Maybe I'm thinking too much of my audience. But I'm like, the audience doesn't want to see this. Why would I do that? Maybe I'm putting too much into you guys. Maybe you do. I see Instagram. I see some of you people when you DM me with things that you consider funny. I get so many DMs from DJs. Hey man, take a look at this. Hey Nadine, send me this and send me that. It's never funny. Never funny. I don't know why you guys don't know my sense of humor yet. There's one part of Instagram or TikTok or YouTube that I don't like. There's one part. I don't like seeing people. I don't like seeing people get hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like those ones where the guy's walking or he's, skating and he jumps a ramp and falls on his balls and I'm on the middle of a fence. Like, I don't like those. You know, I don't like, oh, you open the door, oh, bam, gets hit in I don't like those. It's never worked for me. It drives me crazy. I actually hate them. So, but a lot of people, a lot of DJs want to send me this kind of slapstick reality. And I'm not in for it. I'm not in for it. To each their own. But every time I see them, I automatically turn them off. There's I go to Gold's Gym and obvious, can't you tell? I go to Gold's Gym and on one particular, I guess it's all of them, but I don't watch TV on all of them. But it just so happens that one of the Gold's Gyms in North Hollywood that I go to when I drop my daughter off for dance, they have these TVs up right by the treadmills. Excuse me. They're right by the treadmill, and on the random, you know, in between ads and music videos, they will put on this one channel. And this channel is just like people just getting hurt, just doing dumb things and getting hurt. I literally had to stop working out. It was driving me crazy. I had to literally move because I don't want to see that. I don't. I'm not into another man's or woman's pain. That's weird. That's weird to me. Okay. Looks like Ring Central's trying to send me messages. Let me get out of that. Okay. So we can talk a little bit about, we can talk about mechs. And we probably should now. Okay. Got to get a new chair. If you're going to send me DMs on buying new chairs. Because what happens is I go, I need a new chair. Then I leave the channel. I turn off everything. I go, I get to work. I leave. I do all my errands, whatever. And I forget to buy my chair. And then I go, okay, it's like Thursday or Friday, or maybe it's Monday or Tuesday. I got to buy my chair. Oh, it's not going to get here in time. I'll wait. Then I just keep pushing it off. But I need to buy a new chair. Because this is not cutting it. Not cutting it. Okay. MEX. Mobile Entertainment Expo. There are so many things. Temu has chairs. There are so many things right about Mobile Entertainment Expo. There are so many things right. But there are a lot of things that are wrong too. I don't have a list. This is just me talking off the cusp. So, you know, bear with me. Probably should have. I was thinking about doing a video. And then I said, no, I'll just do it on my show. You know, videos. I mean, I might cut it up and then post it on there anyway. But when things become searchable, that's when, you know, you risk drama sometimes. So I'm just going to say it here. If I like it, I'll cut it up. I'll put it, whatever. We'll go from there. Okay. As I was saying, a lot of good for Mobile Entertainment Expo, but a lot of things that absolutely could be improved. MEX is what they call it for short. Maybe it started there. Maybe it started with MEX. Like maybe they should have thought of something else to call it besides MEX, but neither here nor there. Okay, so Mobile Entertainment Expo is in Las Vegas. Right there, you have an amazing advertisement. Hey, we got a conference in Vegas. That's it. You don't even have to say anymore. There's a conference in Vegas. Most people are like, well, I wanted to go to Vegas anyway, so I might as well go to this conference. I mean, not might as well. I'm sure there's other things that you can be doing, but if you are a DJ and this is one of those things, you're like, you know what, I'll go to MEX. Now, MEX has, for your entertainment needs, obviously you're in Vegas, so you don't have to do anything for the conference. You can just go to Vegas and do your thing. But if you are coming to the conference, they have evenings of entertainment already pre-scheduled. And then they have 4 days of education. Now, I will tell you this. First off, in all honesty, 4 days, too much. Too much. 4 days for any conference, pretty much too much. Okay. 3 days is like the hot spot. Okay. I think you're good with 3 days, but they do something that's different at Mobile Entertainment Expo. They start on Monday, but then they don't open up the showroom floor until Tuesday night. And I don't mean noon. I mean Tuesday night, 5 o'clock. They open up the showroom floor. So Monday, Monday is all education, and then they typically have a evening performance, whether it be mostly DJs, obviously. Now, the Mobile Entertainment Expo is separated, or split, I should say, into two distinct groups. You have your photo booth operators, and then you have your DJs. Now, the photo booth operators, I shouldn't start there. The DJs have their section. Their section is probably 20% of the entire showroom floor. The other 80% is all photo booth stuff. So people remember this conference as Mobile Beat, or at least that's Photo Booth Expo bought Mobile Beat. And they have been integrating the DJ portion in for a long time. But I'm starting to understand something. Now, all of us DJs, most DJs that I know have photo booths. So I see a lot of people, like DJ Flips, he goes there, several people go there, Matt Fly, all these people, they all go there because they are also interested in photo booths. So it's a good selling point. DJs will go because I'm looking at a new photo booth. I want to get some new backdrops. I want to get, some new technology. I want to see what's on the forefront. If I want to buy it now and move on. So there's a lot of reasons why you go. And in all honesty, the only reason to go is for the photo booth stuff, because the DJ section was by far the most disappointing area I have seen in the past. I think I've been going to this for the past 4 years. I think this is my 4th year. I think I started right after the pandemic. And when I tell you there was more space for the DJs right after the pandemic than there is now. Okay, so we have our section. So imagine a rectangle. A rectangle like this, right? Like my screen, 60 by 9. Rectangle, okay? Say over here, I'm going to put this over here. Say right here, anything on this side, this is the DJ area, okay? And then this is all photo booth area, okay? Let's say the doors are here as you come into the doors, and then all the major DJ stuff. So that could be your Pioneer, JMAZ. They're always in the same spot. You got Pioneer on the left, you got JMAZ, and there's essentially 3 rows of DJ area. 3 rows. Pioneer DJ, JMAZ, and then typically Danny Max. Danny Max gets like the dead center, right? And his area is humongous. He pays for it. This is where a lot of his money is. He's a sponsor. You guys know Danny Max. He's the furniture that I use, but he's a sponsor, a major sponsor of Mobile Entertainment Expo. So he's got a big floor. I think he's probably got like the equivalent of like 4 or 5 spots. Look, he's got a lot of furniture. Now, years before, there was a soft wall. Again, soft wall. Say right about here, okay? And on the other side, you got all photo booth stuff. On this side, DJ stuff. That soft wall used to be the line. Anything past the soft wall was for DJs, right? This year, that soft wall still open. It's farther back, like they don't have the full thing up. But now Danny's bleeding past the soft wall. So the DJ area is shrinking, like 100%. Now, in the front, again, we have our normal things. Pioneer DJ, JMaz. You typically behind JMaz, you got jetpack bags. Okay. And then behind jetpack bags, you have DOS Audio, and they bring their blow up booth, which is hot. It's such a hot booth. I DJed there last year. It is so hot. Anyway, you got their booth. But strangely enough, their booth faces the back of the room. So you don't even know that they're there unless you walk all the way back, turn around, and then see them. And they don't have any like real merchandise. I mean, they have the speakers they're using to DJ, but that's about it. They really should rethink their marketing for these things. In all honesty, they really should rethink it. Okay. Now you move past there and then followed back on the other side. You typically have some type of RCF, some type of RCF. I don't know if it's them per se or if it's like, a retailer that's promoting them, but they're there too. Now, those are the big ones, but then you have like, you got Color Key there, you got Mixware there. Start, I did a video on that. Start was there. Now, I've named all the big people, right? In reality, I pretty much named all the big people. In-ear monitors, I got my in-ear monitor guy there, but in general, that was it this year. That was it. Obviously, no Rain. Rain doesn't typically, or in music, they don't typically go to this conference. Now, I've kind of described to you the front to the middle. Okay. After you get to the middle, this is where things get a little weird, because I felt like I was at a swap meet, like legitimately a swap meet. As you walk back towards the back, there's a little bar in the back, and then that's where all the gypsies come out. And there are people selling you, magnetic bracelets for balance and teeth whitening. No, I did get my teeth whitened. I'm not gonna lie. I did that with DJ Stress, Kova, a couple other people that I know, but can't remember their names right now. Anyway, it was like a 5-pack. So we all got our teeth whitened. Yeah, a local radio station did have a booth, and I didn't even know that until I was driving home. I thought, oh, it's like 98.7. I said, okay, that's kind of cool. Whatever that is, somebody's promoting their thing. And then I was driving home, going back to LA. And of course, yeah, I see the sign for 98.7. I'm not playing it. I'm listening to my Apple Music, but there's the thing. So, all right. So we are already at a disadvantage if you're going specifically for DJ stuff. You're already at a disadvantage. It's at South Point Casino, by the way. So it's off the Strip. It's actually easier to get to from LA than it is the Strip, because it's actually like one of the first hotels that you pass before you get to the Strip. So I'm always happy about that. It's just easier. I stayed at the hotel this time as opposed to staying at my sister's house, who lives in Henderson, just because I knew I was going to be going everywhere. And alcohol and driving don't mix. So I could just stay in the hotel. Okay. Now, if you're going for photo booth stuff, you are in a very good place, because there's so much photo booth stuff, mirror walls and pedestal stands and all the software and all the backdrops. Like, it's all there. So if you're going just for that, just to buy gear, okay. If you go into I'm going to a photo booth show. You're not going to be disappointed. Okay. But if you're going for a DJ show, like, oh, you know what? I go to NAMM, or I couldn't go to NAMM, so I'll just go check out mobile entertainment. In its current iteration, like not what the idea of it becoming is, but what it is today. It's not the best conference. It could be, but it's not. It is not. I go there because it's close by. It's an easy drive. You know, for me, it's like 4 hours away. They do have a showroom floor, and not showroom floor. They have side rooms for your speakers. So they did have the QSC system. They had the EV system, and then they had RCF in the corner. Again, though, they're in small rooms like they normally are. I didn't even go live this year. I didn't go live. Okay? I didn't go live. That should tell you what I thought of the showroom floor. I didn't go live. Because in my mind, there was nothing to show you. So it felt weird. It felt weird. Okay, now, if you're going for education, a lot of good speakers, okay? A lot of good speakers. There's panels, you know, DJ Kova did one, and several. I honestly tend to not go to the panels just because I end up sleeping in. Sorry, I'm that guy. I sleep in. Everybody's like, hey, you should go to this panel. Oh, cool, yeah, I will. What time's it at? Oh, it's at 9 a.m. Yeah, I'm not going. I am not going. I don't care if it's 9 a.m. and I'm awake. I'm not going. I'll go to the gym first if I'm awake. I take that time to relax. Again, one of the reasons why people don't realize, at least for me, I can only speak for me. As you guys know, you come to my show, you're here all the time. I'm an extroverted introvert. Not so much that I don't mind talking to people. I do like talking to people. That's why I go. But it's a lot. It takes a lot of energy. So by the time I have driven there, I know I did a performance. Justin the DJ is going to send me my video. I don't know. I paid for a video of a guy to shoot it, and he sent me a Dropbox. The photographer did, which I didn't really care about the pictures per se, but they were cheap. So I was like, fine, whatever. I just wanted the video. I wanted to watch the video. So I know Justin threw his 360 cam up there. So he's going to send me the footage so I can post it because I'd like to see how I did. I performed on Monday night. I don't typically go on Monday night. And maybe that's the difference. I think that might be the difference. So in general, when I go to this conference in particular, I never go the entire time. So I go the day the showroom floor, opens up. So Monday, I never go on Monday. All right. I go on Tuesday, showroom floor. So I drive in, maybe get in around, typically I'd get in around 3 or 4 o'clock, and then showroom floor would open up. If I even decided to go, sometimes I go have dinner with my sister, so I don't even get to see the showroom floor. But let's just say I see the showroom floor that night, and then that gives me an idea of what I want to shoot for the following day if I go live. So I typically drive up on Tuesday. So then Wednesday, I have the whole day because the showroom floor opens up at like 10 a.m. So from 10 to 5, I have the showroom floor. And then on Thursday, showroom floor is open until 2. And then I leave. That's 2.5 days. Technically, 2 days. Like to me, that's like the best amount of time. 2 days. 2 days for a conference. 4 days, I will never do 4 days ever again. I got in on Monday. I left on Thursday. I was gone from my family for a long time, but remove that. Let's say I wanted to get away from my family. Okay. This thing felt so long this time. Now I got in, I did do Monday night performance. Then Tuesday night we were at the DMS Direct Music Services club gig. They were at Commonwealth in downtown Vegas. And then on Wednesday, which is our closing night, you have more DJs for that. Now, Aaron, the DJ in the building, what's going on, fam? Now, the one thing I will say, the one thing that's weird, when I first started going there, again, I think it was 2001, I remember seeing the Wednesday night show. Okay. So that's the closing show. And when I tell you that the dance floor was packed, and I don't mean just people standing around, I mean packed. Photo booth people, because remember, photo booth people, not DJs, but photo booth people are regular people. Yeah, they might own a photo booth. They probably have a secondary job, but they're photo booth people, or they're coming in to help their photo booth rep or whatever. So when the club is open, and it's open in the main room, when the club is there, it was packed. People were dancing their asses off. I walked in going, yes, this is the first time I've seen this. And it made sense. I'm like, oh, that's because it's not all DJs. DJs will stand around and do this the whole time. But photo booth people are there. Thanks, DJ Fox. Yeah, I'm sure I got him. But anyway, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm just waiting on the ones I paid for. Like, I legitimately paid for video recordings, so I'm hoping I get them. But they know how to party, as was said on here. When I tell you that over the last 2 years, it's almost like they're non-existent. It's like they did their 1 year, and it could have been, it's after the pandemic, so people just were like happy to be on the dance floor together. Like, I get it. But it's for the last couple of years, it's felt like the DJs were back to that same, I'm DJing for DJs, and they're just sitting here, like I don't mind DJing for DJs. I know that's a part of what it is that I do. DJs are going to want to see me because they want to see me fail, or they want to see me do well. I don't know. Either way, DJs want to see me do something, a lot of times it's more about proving, like validation. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm going to listen to you from now on. I'm going to listen to you again. You can DJ. So I trust your reviews on, the on the Rev 1. Before I saw your transition, I didn't trust that you could review the Rev 1. But now that you did that cool transition, now I know you know how to review products, because, those are 1 and 1. It's a funny life we live. It's a funny life we live. But so I know I have to do that to show and prove. It is what it is. A lot of pressure, though. I'm not going to lie to you. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure being me, a Justin, a DJ Mad. There's a lot of pressure for us when we perform, because people are literally expecting, like, okay, show me your greatness. You got all these followers. Show me your greatness. Like what? You have all these opinions on DJs and what DJs should be doing. Show me your greatness. Prove to me. Just me only. Prove to me that you know what you're doing. And don't let me fail. Don't let me be bad. Do you understand how much I wouldn't be able to live that down? I will say this. There's one thing which it gave me a different perspective. I will say this. This is about Justin the DJ. Justin was there, and he shot the video and everything like that. And again, you don't know. We're on the stage, and there's this big floor, and there's some DOS audio monitors as my booth. Like, why do I have DOS audio calm arrays for my monitor. Like it's too much. Like I don't want all that treble in my ears. Like that's so much. I want bass. I don't want treble. So that was weird to begin with. But we were watching, I don't know if it was the Monday night show or the Wednesday. I think it was the Wednesday night show. And we were watching, and I'll talk about the show performances in a minute, but we were watching, and then there was a mistake that was obvious and clearly made. And I kind of looked and was like, oh, and Justin was very quick to say, don't do that. We all make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. And then I thought about it and I said, you know what? He's absolutely right. Nobody's perfect. I made a mistake. The second song in, no, not second song in. It was like the third song in. I was going into a transition that I always do. Okay. It's a MIA track into Eminem and it's just cue points, hitting the buttons, you know, but I have to keep looping. Check 1 2 in the building. What's going on? And I have to keep looping the first bar of Paper Planes, and it works perfectly, you know. And then on the last one, you let it loop on the bars, and then it'll break down into the second bar. Cool, easy enough. For some reason, as I was playing the things, I just hit the wrong button. It happens. So I got out. So I ended up getting out of Lose Yourself earlier than I wanted to. That was really the biggest mistake. It wasn't like, you know, I was train wrecking or there was, you know, shoes in the dryer. Like I didn't have any of that. At least I don't think so. But that was one of those things. Now, again, we are our own worst enemies, you know, especially when we're performing. We'll do things and there'll be a little bit of a mistake that only we can hear. But man, does that fester in your mind the entire time. Now, at a certain point, you have to say, you know what? I'm going to recoup. I'm just going to go do my thing. I'm going to do my thing, and that's it. And that's fine, because it's not the mistakes you make. It's really how you recover. It's how you end it. I remember last year at DJ X, and who was it that was DJing? Why I can't think of anybody's name right now. Shani, not Chi-Town, Shani. Why can't I think of her name? Black girl, spins a whole bunch of tropical music. Why can't I think of her name? She's a friend of mine and I can't think of her name right now. Lady Shay. So, because her name is Shayna. That's right. Okay. So Lady Shay was performing, and she was performing after DJ Puffy. Now, if you've ever seen DJ Puffy perform, his energy is off the charts. Even if there's music that you've never heard before, his energy will make you bob your head, will make you dance. There's no way around it. He's like hypnotic. Okay. He's literally one of the best performers I've ever seen. And now, of course, there's different levels of technical skills, right? Like if you go see Scratch Bastard, you know, he's operating from a technical skill level. Puffy is still a technically skilled DJ, but it's his energy. It's his performance. It's his ability to get on the microphone and just, you know, really push your energy up. There are certain DJs that will perform and you will, you know, your energy level will go up as they perform, or maybe it won't. Maybe you're in a bad mood. Puffy's the kind of DJ that takes you with him. I'm going here. You're coming with me, whether you like it or not. Which is, not everybody can do that. Not everybody can do that. It's a whole different thing, but he will make you have a good time. So, Lady Shay was going after Puffy. Okay. Lady Shay's a good DJ, but you don't go after Puffy and then like just do stuff, right? So she got on and first things first, she was using CDJs and I think an S11 mixer. But there was something going on with the CDJs or the settings or whatever. Somebody had changed the settings supposedly or whatever. Neither here nor there. So there was like mess ups. I'm talking like not just train wrecks, like plane wrecks, like NASA satellites coming down from the sky wrecks. Okay. It was bad. And I remember sitting there because I was like right next to her. You know, I was behind the booth and there was us and she started and first transition, just dead. Second transition, just dead. And it was just like, and I'm sitting there standing there going, oh my, I've never seen this. And I'm like, I know she's nervous. I know that's one part of it. She's nervous and things are happening. I'm like, but I've never seen this level of like, kind of like destruction, you know, personal destruction. And we were all like, and I'm back there literally like, don't worry, girl. You got it. Don't worry about it. You know, wipe it off. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. And after about, I want to say 5 to 7 more minutes, she settled in. And once she settled in, she was unbelievable. Once she got into her groove, she got into her energy. She got into what makes her, her. She does this thing. Not a lot of girls DJs do this, but she happens to be, you know, quite well endowed. And she does the fader boob thing where you're going back and forth with the fader. All of a sudden, girls, guys, all screaming their asses off because most people don't do that, right? So then she got comfortable and she killed it. But my point of this whole story is she could have crashed and burned and just given up. Could have just given up, but she didn't. She fought through it and she ended up recovering her set. Remember, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. It's not all the problems along the way, because there's always going to be problems along the way. It's how you turn it around. People see that part and they will respect you more than you just doing a perfect set. I was talking to somebody. I spoke at my daughter's law firm on Tuesday. It was Black History Month. So I was invited down to speak upon, you know, being a business owner and how the world is impacted and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I was talking to this one guy. We were talking about YouTube, partly YouTube. And he says, oh yeah, my son wants to do this and he's doing all that. I'm like, that's great. And he's like, yeah, but I said, he goes, but I you know, he's making all these videos, but he's not getting any responses. And I said, well, that's the way YouTube works at first. Nobody's gonna subscribe to you in the beginning. It just doesn't work that way. It usually takes a number of videos before people are like, okay, I like what this person's doing. Now I'm going to start subscribing and watching his stuff. Okay. And I asked a simple question and I said, not who, are all the videos that he's ever posted, are they still up? And he said, nope. He's been taking them down. And I said to him, you can't take down the videos. And the reason that you can't take down the videos is because people need to see growth. People in this day and age, in the way the internet works now, it's not about having mystique. Okay. That was like macro media flash days, right? Okay. That was back in the day. That was like, 2000, 2005, like back when you were just like, ooh, look at me. I'm mysterious. They go to your website, some flash sign goes by, zoom, and then it stops and there's a logo and then it's just like you. And then that's it. And then it's like coming soon for like years, but you got mystique, that's not what people care about now. People care about your growth. They care about where you came from and where you are now, what you became. These are just facts, okay? Because every time I've watched people delete their content, oh, that's not good. I don't want people to see. I'm so embarrassed. People want to see that. The first video I ever made on YouTube is still there. The first video MKBHD made on YouTube is still there. It's all still there. You can see their entire growth. You can see their history. You can see how it went from, shitty cameras to like professional red cameras and the quality and the things that we're doing. You can see all that. You have to be able to show that. Nobody wants to see perfect anymore. Okay. I mean, in all honesty, just same thing when you're watching like a live show or you're watching a YouTube. There used to be a moment in time. Actually, Check 1 2 is here. This is funny that you would say. There used to be a moment in time. Check 1 2 is actually my DJ company, if you guys know. I can't even call it a DJ company anymore. It is an entertainment company because we do so much stuff that's not even DJ related. But I remember a video I did, and it's still up there. It's watch me mix five genres or 5 songs in like, I think it was 5 minutes, something like that. Now, on this video, I am DJing, okay? But I'm also talking to the camera, explaining what I'm doing, right? And there comes a part, I think it was in like Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. I think it was when I was doing that, and I had let the beat roll, and it's a live drummer. Okay, this was before Algorithm DJ. This is before that. It was a live drummer. So I'm playing the first 4 bars are for 4 bars. The first 4 beats are dead on. Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl is pretty much on all the time. But on that second one, he drifts a little bit. And so I hit the loop and then it was off. So I was like, oh, let me fix this. And I got it back, started doing it on the 1 bar. Well, it's really the only like mistake, but I'm talking about it. We're doing the thing. It is what it is. Go through all the songs and that was it. It was good. I had all these people. Oh man, why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that? Even my partner was like, oh, you should have just like, just redid it. I said, no, I'm not redoing it. And the reason why I didn't redo it, I said, because people need to see that everybody here are real people. And it happens. It's not the mistake. It's the recovery. That's the most important part. Because anybody can just mess up. There's tons of DJs out there that are just bad DJs and they just mess up. A good DJ will recover and will recover quickly. That's how you know how good a DJ you are, because there's not a time when there's no perfect set. Scratch Bastard, okay? To me, one of the best DJs on the planet. I've seen Scratch Bastard mess up plenty of times. Because we're human beings. We're human beings. Now, he messes up at a level. It's like Simone Biles in the Olympics, last year. And people are like, why is she getting so many high scores? She's not even landing perfectly. She's stepping back a couple of steps. She's doing all this. It's like, that's because the level of difficulty for what she's doing is so high that unless she falls on her head, it's still going to be better than anybody else competing. Anybody else. And that's the difference. Scratch Bastard is performing at such a high level that even his mistakes are better than my high level on my best day, especially with, with scratching and stuff. And that's the difference. But showing your reality, showing who you are, the mistakes that are being made, it's okay. It's how you recover. So I gave Lady Shay a ton of props. As a matter of fact, even afterwards, like I saw her the next day, and I gave her a hug, and I was like, "Look, I know you think that it was shitty, but it's honestly the best set I've seen you do, and it's not because you were perfect, but it was because you hit some adversity, and you said, I'm not letting this get to me. I'm going to recover, and you did, And that's the most important part. Come on, nobody's perfect out there. You get on a microphone, you're making announcements, you're having a conversation with the crowd, your brain farts, you forgot some stuff, you said some wrong things, you said some wrong names. It happens to everybody. There's no such thing as perfect. So just do you, you know? So I know that was a huge tangent, but we'll get back to Mex. Okay. Right off the bat, even when I got there, as I said, too long. Like I was ready to go. By Wednesday morning, I'm like, I want to go home. Not because it was too long. But the energy level was different. The energy level was different. And it just felt like everybody was kind of having the same vibe. Like, is it just me? Or there's no excitement in this room. There's no excitement here. It was very, very odd. Okay. So then you get to the performances, and that's usually the things that get people moving. And the photo booth people, most of them didn't come. Now, one reason, and everybody makes the same mistake, and it's starting to get on my nerves. Okay. Audio One in the building. We'll talk about Audio One too. These shows are making a mistake because the parties in the evening, let's say they started 8 o'clock, right? Maybe 9 o'clock. I think around 8 or 9. They will go till like 1 in the morning. Okay. Now remember, yes, it's Vegas. People are on, kind of vacation because they're at these conferences, but they still want to get up. They want to get up for that 9 a.m. Panel or whatever. They want to do all these things. But the shows are going on too long. Okay. Another thing that conferences need to understand. All right. Literally need to understand this because only conferences do this. Stop. Because if you're at a regular nightclub and your headliner went on at 12:30, 1 o'clock, that's normal. You're at a nightclub. You know what to expect. That's why you're going for that person. But these shows, people, they don't have any choice on who's going to be there. They just arrive and their DJs are performing. So the headliners or the people that are going on later are actually losing because by the time they go on, everybody's going back to their rooms. People are going to gamble. They're doing all these things. It's too damn long. Okay. The shows should go from like 8 until like 11 o'clock maximum. These go until, 1 o'clock in the morning. Too much. And it's not about me. I don't care if it goes till 1 in the morning. That's fine. As long as people are there, but people are getting older. The same people tend to go to these conferences. And what you don't see is like a lot of young people going to these conferences. It's just, you start out with a group and that group just kind of continuously goes. And then they get older. They just keep getting older, but there's no new blood that comes in. So the older people get, the more they don't want to stay up late. They don't. Especially on Monday, where people are first coming into the show, and it's all panels on Monday. All panels. The showroom floor is not open. So you go all day from like 9 a.m. till like 5 o'clock, where you're just learning. That is exhausting. Okay. So you're learning. And then at 5, you go in, you do your thing, and now you got to go to the nightclub, and the nightclub starts at 8:30 or 9 o'clock. And now you got to be there till 1 in the morning, knowing that you probably had to drive there. You had to fly there. So you're already tired. You don't want to be up. So you leave early. And then half the crowd leaves early. And now you got us, the me's and all the other people that are playing just for DJs now. You went in thinking you were playing for photo booth people. Now you're playing just for DJs. Also, okay. So I get invited to do the show on Monday night. Um, I don't have a say. I don't have a say to when I go on. They were like, "Oh, you're going to go on at I think it was 10:30. I think it was 11:30. 11:30. I went late. And all the DJs were fine. Okay, they were all doing their thing. I didn't get in until like I think around 10 o'clock, but all the DJs were fine. And we were leading up. It was starting to generate some buzz. We were getting people on the dance floor. It was good because, obviously at 9 o'clock, the people that want to dance, they're going to be on the dance floor. So there was more people there at 9 than there was at, 10 o'clock, 10:30. But there was a good amount of people there. Okay. At 10:30. Yes. 10:30. Chris, what's Chris's last name? Chris, can't think of his name. Anyway, he was the MC of the night and he also DJ'd. Chris, I forget it. Anyway, not important. There are two people to go on before me. This one guy, Washburn. Thank you. Washburn. This one guy, Washburn, then me. So I'm like, okay, that's good stuff. That's a good group, whatever. Now, what I didn't know is that at 10:30, they brought out somebody. Now, I'd never heard of this person. I saw him in the notes, whatever. And again, this has nothing to do with this person. Okay. So I don't want you guys trying to go back and say, oh, Cleveland Terry talked all this shit about you. This has nothing to do with the people that were actually performing. Okay. But he gets up there and he goes, we have something special for you. This is 10:30. 10:30. This is like the peak of the night. Really the peak of the night. Okay. This is the time of the night where people are like, am I going back to my room or am I staying? All right. That's 10:30. That's like, okay, I'm starting to get tired, but if the next DJ was good, I'll stay a little longer. That's what that 10:30 slot is when something starts at like 8 o'clock. Okay. In reality, they said, we have a very special presentation. We have something different for you guys. This guy is all the way from Great Britain. And he is going to be doing video mixing. Okay. I'm like, all right, video mixing. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You play the hot stuff. I get it. So he starts playing, but it's not like dance video mixing. He was mixing. He was basically showing you the technical skills of video mixing. So if you're into that, it's amazing what he's doing with the videos and pulling in, actual dialogue from movies. And it's going into the song. Like, okay. But a lot of the songs, it wasn't like he was playing like, instrumentals of blow the whistle and stuff like that and incorporating the words in there. It was just different. Okay. Again, not his fault. Not his fault. It was different. So he starts off, people are like, okay, cool. Where you going? Where you going? Oh, this is where we're staying. Okay. This is different. Okay. And people just left. First they sat down, then they left. Chris Washburn gets up there. He has to try to recover and bring everybody out. And then he did a good job bringing out. He probably brought out like maybe a quarter of what was there before. And then I got on, and then I brought out another quarter. So by the time, who went on after me? Who went on after me? I don't remember. I don't remember who went on after me. Probably because at that point I'm just like annoyed. Like a female. Who was it? Short hair? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, she's married to the black guy who went last. Yeah, she was having some technical difficulties. I can't remember her name right now. But yes, you are correct. So, moral of the story is the shows are too long. Okay, all of them are too long. Wednesday was the direct music services one. Audio was low. Okay. So, in any of these shows, you have a sponsor. Could be RCF, could be DOS Audio, could be QSC, could be anybody. You know, in this case, it was DOS Audio. You know what? It would have made more sense, and if EV had performed, if EV had used their speakers, I would have loved to have seen like you know, 2 sets of like some EV90s just right in front, just so you could feel the difference and hear it. Okay, so it was low to begin with on that date, and even when I performed, it was low. They were like, "Yeah, you sounded really low." I'm like, this is just killing me, because I did it the year before, and they were like, "Oh, it's low." Now, was it DOS Audio that did it again? Now, I love DOS Audio. I love B-Side. Like, I love what they stand for. They're kind of like the little engine that could. Okay, they make solid products. I have yet to be convinced. I've yet to be convinced of their speaker systems. I've yet, not one. I have seen DOS Audio speakers at DJ Expo in Atlantic City multiple times. I've seen them here multiple times. I am not convinced. Either they need better front of house people that understand how these speakers are supposed to sound and get them to that level, or they're just okay at best. Okay, that's just what I have observed. I always feel like if you have to keep tweaking the entire time, that just typically means you're pushing too much. You're underpowered. And again, it's no disrespect to them, DOS Harbinger. It's no disrespect to them. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, like, when we did 50 years of hip hop at the Expo in Atlantic City, and RCF was the company that sponsored the event. You had all these DJs up there in the big ass room, and then RCF came in. And keep in mind, all of these rooms have their own speakers. Speakers are built in, okay? But these companies are paying to get that front view, that front access. The speakers in the ceiling and on the floor are great, but this is the problem. So RCF, when I went to their performance with 50 years of hip hop, when I tell you, it was the shittiest sound I've ever heard. Like, I'm talking about DOS Audio right now, okay? This was worse than DOS Audio. Now, RCF, if you guys know, RCF is touted as one of the best speakers out there. Okay? People love their speakers. But that day, shitty. That day was so bad that if people were like on the fence, oh, I'm thinking about RCF. Well, you know they're going to be at this showcase. Oh, really? Let me go check it out. I would be like, I can't buy these speakers. These speakers are trash. Like, if you're going to put all this money behind something, it better be optimized. It better be optimized to sound the best it possibly can, because people are going to leave that room remembering the sound. They're going to remember the sound. And if it doesn't sound good, that's all they're going to remember. And that might be the reason that you lose sales. It's very disappointing. And I always think that it's like, they put the wrong engineers in. You know, I mean, I think B-Side was doing everything. He was running everything. I'm very disappointed in the situation. How is that clarity? You know what? You know how the clarity was at RCF? I'll tell you how the clarity was. I had to wear these AirPods on literally full, not even transparency mode, but full on noise isolation mode. Okay. And they were doing their best to try to keep up. Doing their best. No, that was one day. That was one day. It was one day, one conference. I haven't seen it again. But like I said, I can't. It's very disappointing to me. Which I'm shooting this video today at some point. Well, look at that. I have a window. I'm shooting this video about QSC. Here's the issue. I have now seen QSC a couple of times. I'm not going to talk about this too much because I'm going to talk about it on my show. I've been online. I have to qualify. I always have to qualify, should I say, because if I don't, people are just going to be like, you don't know, bro. You don't know. I own, the company owns 3 sets of QSC speakers. Okay. Both the K 118s, the 12.2s. We have 2 sets of those. And then we have another set. We had another set. I think we sold it or traded it in. We had another set of the 12s. The 12s. And I'm actually I'm buying a pair of the 12s, the 212s. I'm buying a pair soon. I love my LDs. It's not even about that. I love my LDs, but I'd like to have something that's like in that middle, 130 area, 130 to 150. And then I can use my 18s for when I'm at the 180 to like 200. I'd like to swap them out. Okay. All right. So, there's a lot of people that bought the QSCs, and I'm going to talk about this. This is actually good because this will allow me to shoot my video because I'm talking through it, so I can go through it because it's all going to be off the cuff. A lot of people have allowed themselves to be intoxicated by the hype. Okay, the hype, and I don't even know why they're even getting so much hype. They're a 12-inch line array. Like that's not that special. In all honesty, again, QSC fanboy here. I don't understand that. I honestly don't understand why people are like, oh my God, the 12s, let's go get them. I got them on order. We've sold 100. Why? I mean, using that logic, you're telling me that up until the QSC system came out, up until then, there have been no 12-inch line arrays that were quality, not until QSC. That alone, I was like, okay, that's weird. Like, if you're gonna come out with a new speaker, like they should have come out with a 12 and a 15. In all honesty, now neither here nor there. I'll get back to you, Audio One. I'll get back to you. Sorry, I thought I heard somebody. Anyway, I am hearing something. Hold on for half a second. Hold on. wasn't hearing things. My daughter is here. I thought my wife took my daughter to school because she wasn't, feeling well. And my daughter's here. So this whole time I've been having this conversation. She's been in the room. That's why I thought I was going crazy. Like I'm being murdered. You're about to hear me murdered on live stream. So wait, somebody's in the house. Let me go check. And then I'm dead. Okay. So back to what I was saying about QSC. I don't personally understand the hype. I finally got my video, which is why I didn't release the video, because I did an interview with QSC at NAMM, and I asked a question. I've told you guys about this, but I asked a question, and it was so crazy. It was so crazy. It was DOS coming to get me. It was so crazy that I have to do a video on this thing because it's insane. But I've heard them multiple times, and in multiple times, there's been not one time that I've walked into the QSC room or QSC demo and didn't hear distortion coming out of the sub casing. Not one time. Even in their demo, in their live action songs mixing, not one time did I not hear low level distortion. Kenny in the building. What's up, Gerald? Not one time. So when I first heard them, I'm like, okay, maybe the DJ that they have, is pushing too hard. Maybe that's what's going on. I get that. It happens. So the first time I let it go. Then I went back in. Another DJ. This was at NAMM. Another DJ. Still distortion. Highs are fine. Highs are good. But I'm not buying speakers just for highs, especially not a line array. I'm not buying a line array just for highs. Line array. The whole point of line array is to get an all-in-one, basically. Okay, it's an all-in-one speaker system, supposed to do everything. And I have not been impressed. And all these people that are like, "Oh my God, guys, this is the best speakers I've ever heard." Whatever. This is I don't believe that they have enough experience critically listening to speakers to truly gauge what a speaker's doing. Okay? In all honesty, I'm starting to believe that. There's a lot of people that don't know what good speakers sound like. I'm a true believer. Because if they did, there's no way they would listen to the QSC system and be like, yeah, that's my next speaker. There's no way. There's no way. Now, if you're DJing for, I don't know, 75 people, and, you're in a small room and you don't have to push too hard, those speakers are going to be fine. But I think what we're reaching, which I'll talk about in my video, the problem is application. Everybody is using all of these speakers in the wrong applications. Like all of them. Oh, my EV 30s. Oh, they can kill a party of 140, 150 people. Easy. No way. That man told me. I have no audio coming out here. That man told me when I asked the very simple question of how many people can two of these do on a normal party. This man told me 300 to 500 with the QSC line array. $300 people is crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. 300 people. And he said it with a straight face. I can't trust people. So again, every time I've heard it, highs are fine. Bass, I haven't been impressed by the bass yet. And people are saying the same thing. Oh, it's warm. You know, oh, it doesn't punch, but it sounds really good. This is justification. This is literally just, I'm justifying my purchase. Because I've heard them. I've heard them all. I've heard them all. All of them. There's very few that actually hit. Very, very few column arrays that hit. Most of them just sound warm. We got problems, guys. You waited this long to come out with the column array, and this is your offering? One 12-inch column array? I don't get it. I don't personally get it. If you're a bass head, get the system for bass. Look, I mean, I know what Keith is saying. Okay, I get it. You know, he's like, some people aren't going to want bass, right? Some people want warmness and clarity. I get it. I get it. I think that we're still saying the same thing, because nobody wants a system that you're on the dance floor. Nobody ever wants to hear this. Nobody wants to hear this. Turn it up. Turn it up. Woo! Turn it up. And you're like, I can't. Nobody wants to hear that. No DJ ever wants to hear that. These are just facts, okay? Like, we're literally buying subpar systems a lot of times. I mean, it's a DJ's worst nightmare. It's a dude's worst nightmare. Like, there's nothing worse than like, that's all you got. Sorry. This is it. I'm doing my best. Hold on. Let me move some knobs around. Let me tweak some settings. Nobody wants to say that. Nobody wants to hear it. So, again, I mean, this is a great statement here. There shouldn't be any trade-offs for either punchy bass or clarity. Both should be required. It's a speaker. Your speaker should be hitting. And fine, I'll give you this whole thing. There's a difference between, you know, somebody that's like, I like warm bass, warm full bass, or I like, you know, punchy bass. Like, I get it. There's a middle ground here, though. There's a middle ground. There's, like, I've said it to this day, the pair of, for this size, again, using the right speakers for the right application. Okay. That's key here. For the size, I still think, bang for buck, price wise, the Maui 28 G3s for their size are the best sounding, musically sounding speakers out there right now. Okay. Honestly, the 28 G3s, Maui G3s. They sound sonically the best overall. Now, are there speakers out there? And I'm talking about just for the size, just for the application, you know, from anywhere between, you know, 0 to 115, 120 people in a normal size room. You're good. Anything bigger, 150, 180, you're in a large room. No. And they are one of the only speakers that actually sound good outside. Most column arrays sound like trash outside. They're one of the only speakers that sound good outside. You don't lose the bass. The bass doesn't disappear into oblivion. The Mauis. And I'm very specific when I say the 28 G3s. I know they make a whole bunch of speakers out there. I know the 44s are louder. Still, 28s sound the best out of all of them. Just an opinion, though. Just an opinion. Just an opinion. Okay. And again, this is why I said this, because I truly believe that the 28s actually sound better than the 44s sonically. Now, they don't get as loud. They absolutely don't get as loud. But sonically, if you were putting them pound for pound at the exact same frequency and decibel level, okay, not peaking, all right, but just at the same decibel level, that 28 would be better, would sound better at their volumes over the 44s. And the 44s are a good, they're a good array. They are. They are. They're not the best though, in all honesty. So, which is what I've been saying about the EV70s. I think the EV70s are a punchier version of the 44s, of the Maui 44s. That's what I think right now. They're a punchier version. And then the 90s are in a whole class of their own. There's nobody competing with the 90s. And anybody that wants to talk shit about the 90s, in all honesty, this is just me talking here. It's always just me talking. Anybody that wants to talk shit about the 90s, first off, without hearing them, shut up. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about until you hear them. Shut up. But also, if you're talking about the 90s, and you're saying, well, they don't sound as good as, and there's no as. There is no column array that has an 18-inch speaker. No column array. No column array. So they're in a league of their own. Okay. A pair of 10 tops and 15 subs will take you further. I get the Kook setup, but the focus should be on sounding good, not as fast as you can set up. Okay, so yes, I agree with you. Which is why I'm about to buy the 12s, the QSC 12s, for my smaller system, because I agree with you that yes, they will never sound as good as in general. Okay, I'm not saying that because I'm not saying completely because I'm going to take these 18s, the EVs when I get them. They're going to send them to me. I'm going to take them out. And that might be wrong. Are we all agreeing with Nick Spinelli here? How? In what capacity? Nick hadn't heard them, so I don't know how we could agree with Nick. I'm not agreeing with Nick. If that's what we're saying, I've heard them multiple times. The EVs sound good. Both the 70s and the 90s sound good. So if anybody's out here trying to just talk trash just because, I don't believe they've heard them. I don't believe they've heard them. They sound good. 2-way, 3-way, that's your own decision on what you feel is necessary. But in all honesty, they sound good. I have no issue with them. Okay. So, go away. And and relative. Nick's a friend of mine. I'm not calling out Nick, but I did text him and be like, yo, dude, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? But neither here nor there. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't agree. And I consider Mojax to be a close friend of mine. And, he's technically, he's the one that kind of opened the door for me and got me in this business. But there's been several times where he's disagreed with me and I've disagreed with him. Nothing wrong with that. Now, for the most part, we stay on the same level with reviews and things like that. Like our mindsets are kind of the same. But there's been certain times where he's like, nope, I don't agree. And I'm like, oh, tell me why. Then he'll explain. And if it makes sense, I'm like, oh, I never thought about it that way. Yeah, you're right. So people are entitled to their opinions 100%. And Nick can be entitled to his opinion. I more power to him. I can't agree knowing that I've heard them. I'm like, no, they sound good. They sound good. And anybody that's just talking trash, I need to hear them on a party. That's why I haven't done my true review. I want to put them through their paces. I really want to push them. I got some very large parties that I'd love to use them on. So we'll see. Anyway, my one shout out for today, and what is it, 12:30? I'd like to end this a little early today. Everybody wants to do a 4:30 conference call. It drives me nuts. And I don't know why nobody can get Gobo right. It's always BOGO lighting. I don't even recall this client. So I will give some props to one person in this room today. Now, I'm sorry, I'm looking at, just trying to look at this client. This is what happens when you look at emails. So I had never, look, we've all made friends. We've all created new relationships throughout the pandemic. You know, the pandemic, we were all streaming. We were all doing our thing. Erickson. Now, I knew, hold on. March 15th. Okay, got it. All right, so that makes sense. I knew that Audio One was a good DJ. I've seen him. You know, his show has always been one of the best DJ shows on Twitch. And I always thought it was amazing how no matter when you came in, he always acknowledged you. Like every time. Like I was like, that's crazy. I can't believe this guy's like really DJing, but also on top of everything. But the one thing I'd never seen him is live. Okay. So Audio One was on the bill for the direct music services night at Commonwealth. And also he was technically headlining for the Wednesday closeout show. Now, we've already said, you know, it's late. Okay, so direct music services at Commonwealth. They had all their people on there. Who'd they have on there? They had let's see. They had Drew and Fuse. They performed. They had a lot of the direct music services editors. So like Pete Down was there. Who else was there? I can't think of his name. I'm sure if Audio One's in there, he can say who it was. Okay. So I was there. I got there at around 10 o'clock. So I missed a few of the performances. Yeah. Drew and Fuse, Simo, Grant, Pete Down, Zillionaire, Australia. Yeah. So, so besides, up until Audio One came on, I thought that Pete Down, they all were good. Okay. So let's not say that, but I thought that Pete Down, I thought his set was like pretty damn impressive. Okay. Like they just sounded really good. His music selections, song choices were just really good. But that was until Audio One. Now it was Audio One took the closing set, which was, you know, 1 a.m. or 12:30, whatever. I think it was 1 a.m. It was 1 because I was trying to go to bed. I was like, oh my God. Okay, fine. I'd never seen Audio One live. So I'm like, I got to stay and support as long as I can. When I tell you the first thing that I thought was impressive, everybody was playing EDM remixes of every song on the planet. Just house remixes over everything. Didn't matter what the song was. It was a house remix. So there's only so much of oomps that you can hear before you're like, you know what? I'd love to hear an original beat. I'd love to hear a hip hop track. Just one. Give me one. Just give me one, 100 beats per minute hip hop beat. Can you do that for me? Like that's what I was looking for. Nobody was doing it. Everybody was playing house versions. I like house, but I like variety also. Okay? Variety. Give me some variety. Audio One was the only one that actually gave variety. He was playing Latin. He's playing hip hop. He was playing some house tracks. He played a little bit of everything. His was the best set of the night. The best set. And I couldn't even stay through the whole thing. So, because I'm like, I was exhausted. I had to go. So I stayed for like 40 minutes and then I left. Okay. Fast forward to Wednesday night. And again, closing out the night. There was no bad DJs. There was no bad DJs at any point of the show. No bad DJs, right? But the thing I will say, I don't understand why people, the thing I will say, there were no bad DJs. The problem was there were bad placements. Okay. Where they were in the schedule was bad. And that's the problem. We're at a point now where people need to drop their egos and do what's best for the party, not do what's best for them. If you know that 10 o'clock or 10:30 is the prime spot, you put the person that's going to make the most impact on the party there. You don't put yourself on. You don't put your homie on. You don't put the person that they've forced you to put on because it's good PR. You put the best person for the show in that spot. And that's the problem. That's the thing that I was seeing the entire time. Like, why is this person at 8 o'clock and this person's at 10:30? Why is this person at 1 o'clock when they should have been at 10 o'clock? There was too much of that. Too much of that. The flow was off. So by the time that Audio One got on, again, like closing out the show, right? People were tired. You know, the person before them was fine, but it just wasn't necessarily what the people were looking for. You know, it was fine, but it wasn't. And then, you know, it took a lot. Mad killed it. Audio One. Mad killed it. Mad is just really good. Now, and of course, Mad. So the first couple of sets, I think they had like half-hour sets. Mad had a full hour or 45 minutes or whatever, and you got to really see Mad. It wasn't just, oh, yeah, I get to see the best 20 minutes of Mad. You know, that's nothing for Mad. That's a drop in the bucket. But seeing him for an entire hour, I really got to appreciate like just how we know he's good. He's fucking DJ Mad. We know he's good. But like, I was like, okay, he's killing it. Like killing it. So Mad, Audio One killed it. Now I saw Audio One twice. Okay. Twice. I saw him the night before and then I saw him that day. So I could really form like a good judgment of what I saw. And Audio One, yeah, it would have been really easy for Audio One to kind of do the same mix that he did for direct music services, but he didn't. He played everything. Demand was dope too. Like I said, there was no bad DJs on Thursday night. Or Wednesday night. They were all good. There were some that stuck out that were like, wow, your set was really, really good. But Demand's set was really good. Demand's set had some word plays that I had to stop. I was talking to someone. I stopped and like literally walked up to the DJ booth to be like, that was dope. Like, I got to give you props for that. Like I said, it's hard DJing for DJs. It is hard DJing for DJs. But we make it through it. We make it through it. But DJs, if I had a choice, man, if I had a choice, I mean, I don't know, Dash. I mean, like, look, I mean, I think I'm one of the, I understand the impact I have on the DJ community. I do. You know, I've worked hard for it. I get it. But I am never one to be like, oh, people want to hear my opinion. Like I never think that. I never think people want to hear how my opinion on how somebody DJs, you know, like, but I recognize greatness. That's it. I recognize greatness. And when I see something great, I'm literally like, yo, man, I got to tell you, you know, especially if it takes a while for me to get into a DJ set. I'm not talking about me DJing. I'm talking about even listening to a DJ set. it takes a while because like I need like 3 or 4 like you just killing it. 1, 2, 3. By the 4th song, I'm like, okay, all right. Now I'm just like focused on you the rest of the night. But first couple times, you know, there's so many DJs out there and they're all solid, and some DJs I've seen before. So I'm just like, okay, I know what they're going to bring, and they're good, you know, but like it is what it is. But then after a while, you're like, okay, now I'm with you. I am with you now. And there were a few of you guys that did that to me. Again, Demand was one, Audio One was one, DJ Mad was one. The guy, the couple that played on Monday night, the guy who closed the show down, his wife was the one who performed right after me. I can't remember his name right now. He was very, very good. Very good. You know, and he was having some problems. I think he's a tractor user. I mean, that alone should have told me I have nothing to say to you. I'm playing, but he was very good. He was killing it. He was playing it. Anyway, oh, gotcha. I didn't know that. That's okay though. You came through. You came through. Flying colors. You know. Also, I mean, and I've seen people that I'd never seen before. Justin the DJ. I saw him. Was it last year? I think, or the year before. And I'd never heard Justin DJ, and I was like, Justin's dope. Yeah. I mean, I just never seen it, you know? So again, I know there's quality DJs everywhere, but until you see them, sometimes it's like, I don't know. I'm not really sure. Hey man, I'm just keeping it real. The facts are the facts. Facts are the facts. Every time I'm like, if you read the comment thread for like the group chat for the DJs, it's like, oh no, I'm having a problem with my tractor. I can't get everything to work. It's not MIDI mapping. Anybody got a MIDI mapping for the Rain Performer? Any got a MIDI mapping for the Rev 5? If I got to do all that, it's the wrong software. It's the wrong software. I can't afford to not be, have it right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was good. Really good. He was good. Who else was good? Dawson High. I saw him live. Dawson High was very good. Like, I didn't realize, I should have known because he's been doing it since he was like an infant, a fetus. But I should have known. But like literally, like I was like, okay, good stuff. Anyway, Mixmaster G in the building. I know you've been here, but I didn't really say hi to you. Okay. So back to my story. So everybody was good. Audio One killed it. He closed the set out. Was this the best Mex? Absolutely not. I think we need to do a complete shift in all of it. We need to change, who's running the shows, the actual performances. We need to change how it's marketed. We need to change how it's marketed to get people back into that room. We need to cut the performance down by literally an hour or two on all of the shows. What else? As far as the convention, the speakers are fine. The panels are fine. Okay. Panels are fine. I think they actually did even better this time because they kept the speakers focused. Like there wasn't multiple panels going on at the same time, taking everybody's attention. But yeah, no lunch break. That is a huge thing. Also, they need to decide what they want to be. Okay. They need to decide what they want to be. Do they want to be a photo booth DJ conference, or do they just want to be a photo booth conference? Because what it feels like to me this year in particular, it felt like the DJs were there to entertain the photo booth people. It hasn't felt like that over the past couple of years. This year in particular, it felt like we were only there to entertain the photo booth people. Guys, come to the photo booth show. We have live DJs every night. You're gonna have a good time. All the panels, mostly photo booth related. Not really. And look, if you're a business person, everything that you're probably speaking on can apply to any group, DJs, everything. A lot of the things I talk about with DJ Business 101, this could work in any type of company. Any type of company. Business is business. So I think that's fine. But yeah, not a lot of DJ panels. And more importantly, not a lot of DJ panels. And they don't even ask people. I don't understand fundamentally how you have a expo, any type of panel, and you don't physically go out and try to get the experts. Because it feels like it's like, hey, I want to speak. Okay, cool. You're at 12:30. Like, why aren't you actually out there facilitating getting the right people in? More importantly, do you even know who the right people are? I've never been asked to speak at DJ Expo. I've never been asked to speak at this conference, at Mobile Entertainment Expo. Never been asked. That's weird, right? Now, meanwhile, I've been on panels because like Kova has had me on, Icon has had me on. And when I tell you these rooms are packed when we do it. Packed, standing room only. This isn't a flex. This is just the reality of what it is. People want to hear from the experts. So those rooms are going to be more packed. But why is that anybody can ask to do it, to speak, and you're just going to get a room? Why is that? That doesn't make any sense. It's your conference. Put people on that are going to get people to the conference. This was me, okay? Oh, let's see who's speaking. Let me see if I want to get up at 9 a.m. Let me see if I want to get up, and go to these things at 10 o'clock. Let me see who's speaking, okay? Never heard of them. I'm not interested in this panel. Okay, well, this is nothing. Like, this shouldn't be happening. I should be like, oh, wow. Well, this person, it should be going to see DJs. Hey, by the way, do you want to do this thing? DJ Puffy's on here. Like when Scratch Bastard did the beachfront side of it, and it was like Scratch Bastard and DJ Craze and like all of these people. Like, why wouldn't you want to go to that show? Why wouldn't you want to go to that show? You get what I'm saying? Yet it just feels like anybody and everybody, if they're good at kissing ass, anybody can perform, can do a panel, can do whatever like I said, on the conference floor, on the showroom floor, in the back, teeth whitening, magnetic balance things. What the hell are you doing on a show? No, like I said, I got my teeth cleaned. But why are you at a DJ photo booth expo? Why is that even a thing? Like, why did you allow them to even be there? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But what that tells me is there wasn't a lot of DJ companies, groups, whatever, that wanted to be there, that wanted to pay the money, and you needed to fill that space up. Really? I didn't know that. That's crazy. Where was I? Woo. Okay. Clean teeth do good gigs. You're absolutely right. So we need to get back. Well, first off, whoever's running these things, I know who runs the expo. I don't know who runs MEX, but we need to get back to, this is a production and you're not producing. Now, is there potential for this conference? Absolutely. It's got its location. It's timing. There's nothing else going on really in February. It's in Vegas. You know, the weather's typically okay in Vegas that time. There's flights into Vegas from anywhere in the world, so that makes it easy. You just gotta get your content up. Okay, Mixmaster says, I don't know more Kova seminars. Kova seminar was actually good. It was. He knows what he's talking about. I don't know about Max, but the pricing of DJ Expo is too high compared to the costs of NAMM, and then compare traffic and quality of traffic. Interesting. I don't know. I think that, it feels weird that DJ Expo is more than NAMM. That's crazy. That is crazy. But I will say, out of all the other conferences, DJ Expo is the best one besides NAMM. You know, it's just facts. But I didn't realize it was more expensive. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, let's see. Oh, I just deleted one. Oops. I did not want to delete. It was right after To Be Fair. I'm sorry if I deleted your comment. Maybe it's still on here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I agree, but when I spend money, stop, go away. When I spend money to attend this as a DJ, I don't want to see things that have nothing to do with DJing. Yeah, agreed. Thoughts of Marquee in Chicago. Okay. I have never been to Marquee. I've never been to Marquee. Give it a score. I've never been to Marquee. I will say this. I will probably never go to Marquee. Now, the reason why I don't go to Marquee is because I've spoke to many DJs, influencers, people that are speaking on panels. People are going there. I've spoke to many people, and not one has had anything good to say about Marquee. Not one. In fact, most people are not going this year. All the influencers I know are not going. Like, I'm not saying names, but I've had calls like, oh yeah, I went. I won't ever go again. Like, that says a lot. That says a lot. You know, I've it's all rumors. So I'm not going to say, but I've heard it from sources' mouths of people like, I don't like the way I'm treated there. So I won't go back. So, I have no reason. I have no reason to go there, you know? And I've heard it's not even like that amazing, period. They're like, yeah, you go one day, like you don't have to go back there. So if I was ranking, and I haven't been to all the conferences, guys. So I want to say that right off the bat. But if I was ranking them from the ones that I have attended, I would say NAMM is number one. And it's just because NAMM is so big, has so much stuff. It's not just for DJs, but even if you are a DJ, you can still get, if you're a producer, you got all the plugins and all the production stuff. If you're an instrumentalist that also DJs, you got all the guitars and the drums, you got all the speakers. It's Candyland. It's Candyland. I would say NAMM is number one from the ones I've gone to. That's all I can say. NAMM is number one. I haven't been to Amsterdam or any of that stuff. I've heard really good stuff about the Amsterdam one. But NAMM is one. I would put the Expo is probably two. And again, not like a close to, because I'm sure there are many little conferences that are inside there that I'm just missing. But these are ones I've gone to. DJ Expo. You know whose was good? Zemmy's one, which is called, actually they just put their tickets on sale like 2 days ago. Level Up for DJs. That's a really good conference. That is a really good conference. Very easy. Just low tech, but done very, very well. His conferences are very good. I was very impressed by that. This is a conference that I went to, and it was all panels. I enjoyed every panel. I was there the entire day. He actually had me come. He was like, I want you to come. I'm going to cover all your transportation and everything. I don't want you to speak. I just want you to be there. And I enjoyed every panel. Okay, so there's that. I have not been to Midwest DJs. I've heard really good things about Midwest DJs. I'd like to go to that one. Let's see here. What else is there? There's Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is another small one. But you know, they're growing. That's usually in January. I don't typically go to that one because usually I don't like to go to multiple conferences on the same month because family, work, everything. So I tend to. So NAMM is in January, so I'm obviously going to NAMM. But I've heard good things about Pittsburgh. Very small, very very intimate, but I hear they do a good job. So so out of the ones that I want to go to, I want to go to Midwest. It probably won't be this year. But next year I want to go to Midwest. I need to email them and just kind of let them know. And then following all that, I would probably put in its current iteration, I'd have to put DJ, the Mex. I'd have to put that last. I have to put it last because it doesn't feel like, and again, I don't have all the information, but based upon what I saw, it seemed like everybody was going through the motions. It's time to break up that motion. Keep doing the same thing. You're not going to see any improvement. Oh, I forgot Harvest of Sound. I'm sorry. So Harvest of Sound is in December. So I would give, 1 to 10 is hard. Okay. In all honesty, but I would give NAMM just because of everything that's going on. If we were to rate them, I can't give them a 10, but I'd give NAMM like a 9. Okay. I'd give DJ X. I'd give DJ X a 7. DJ X a 7. I would give Mex at its current iteration, I'd give it like a 4. This year, I'd give it a 4, maybe even a 3. If I had spent a great deal more money, like let's say I was traveling in, like there's some people that came from like, Montreal, or they came from, I'm like, you did not get your money's worth. You did not get your money's worth. Now, again, a 4 now. It could be another 8 if they get their shit together. It absolutely could be. There's no reason that it couldn't be. But they got to change a lot of stuff. But it's easy stuff to change. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if they're contacting vendors. You got to contact vendors if you want to get them there. And you got to share the stage. You can't have it be all photo booth people. I've never been to SXSW. No, I don't. No, because that's a little bit of everything. But I have not been there. Harvest of Sound, I'm going to give. Okay. So speakers, all very good. They've pulled in really, really good speakers. Whoopig was there last December. Traffic and parking at NAMM knocks it down. Yeah, I agree with that. That's why you Uber everywhere. But I would give Harvest of Sound, I'd give them a 6.5. There's the potential to be very, very good. They're new still. They're new. So there's still some learning to it. There's some scraped knees. They're young. They're going to fall a little bit, but their idea of a conference, what they've put on has been really good. Now, last year or December, what I would have done differently, if they even want to listen to me, I would have moved, they have a showroom floor, but the showroom floor was in another area of the hotel, I would have kept everything in the same room. They didn't have that many people to warrant having a whole nother room. Although it was cool, it looked cool, but I would have kept it all in the same. The room they were in was humongous. Okay. For like the performances. So they had a big LED panel that, you know, basically took the entire width of the stage, and then it went long, like all the way back. They literally could have had half of that room just be the showroom floor, in all honesty. And maybe they'll do it this time. Maybe they'll do it next time. But lots of potential there. We just, you got to get more people in. Obviously, you can't keep running this and losing money. So they got to get more actual users, people that want to go there. They got to get people to go there, or else it's not going to work out. The people that have gone have learned a lot. Everybody that's gone loves it. It's just a matter of we need some more people. We need some more push, some more marketing, you know, before it happens. Yeah. So I don't have opinions on the other ones because I haven't been there. Mex was better when it was just mobile beat. I'm not surprised about that. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I always have a great time. Again, keep in mind, like I go to, oh, I'm sorry. So the reason why Harvest of Sound, is niche and very particular is because they have their speaker shootout, which is like a non-biased, just speaker shootout of all the top speakers and even some of the lower speakers. And they do a full-on shootout. If you're trying to buy speakers and you really want to hear what a speaker is going to sound like, there's no better conference. No better conference. It originally started out as a speaker shootout day where they just brought in a whole bunch of speakers and did a shootout. Now it's a staple of the show. So if you're looking for speakers, obviously go do that. Go do that. All right. Mex needs work though. Mex needs work. It really does. It's unfortunate because there's a lot of money that goes out. Who was that? Anyway, I don't want to go too much. The registration area for NAMM was a chore also, and it was so far to the DJ area. The map on the NAMM app was pretty bad as well. Okay, so I'm gonna give them some credit. NAB, I do want to go to NAB. That's also in Vegas. I could have gone last time. I don't know why I didn't go, but I will defend them. Okay, NAMM. There's a lot of people that go to NAMM. Okay, so originally speaking, I've been going to NAMM for the past 7-8 years, and they have moved registration multiple times. Okay, multiple times. So the first time, where they have all the food trucks, like a little before the food trucks, registration was there. And then they did some sharing where it was there, and it was also in the hotel. And then they moved it to the inside, and originally it was the top floor on the left. And then now this year they made you go downstairs and then around, which was kind of weird. But there's a lot of people that go to these things. A lot of people. I would not say that the DJ area is too far. That's relative to where you are. Like, to me, the DJ area is like right in the middle, basically. In my opinion, it's maybe a little offside, but once you know where it is, like, you just automatically go to the doors and you're in the right place. But it's a big place, and DJs are not their focus. Never has been. Now they understand and they have accepted. They understand and they have accepted that DJs play a big part. But it's still not their focus. There's so much other stuff there. Now, I know a lot of people get in there and they're like, just for DJs, I just go and I just hang by the DJ area. And you can absolutely be stuck at just the DJ area. But there's so much other stuff there. So much production, musical equipment, keyboard, drums, full-on speaker systems. RCF needs to shut down their performance hall in the Dome. They need to shut down their performance hall in the Dome. That is a worthless event. Every time I've gone there, sounds so bright. Again, clarity to each their own. Sound so bright. Empty room. They have all these rock bands performing, but nobody cares. Nobody cares. Anyway, snooze. Sorry, Windows is trying to have me update. We'll see. We'll see if I don't know if I do go back to Mex. And I just go for the people. I go to talk to people, but even this time felt kind of like there was nobody there. But if I do go back to Mex, it will only be up and back. I'll go there like I did before. I'll go there on Tuesday. Stay the night either at the hotel or at my sister's house. Stay on Wednesday. Just because I like to see the closing show, and then leave Thursday morning. 2 days. 2 days. 4 days. Never again. Never, ever, ever again. I'll never do it again. That was enough. Okay. All right. It is 1:05, guys. I do have to run. Hold on. I saw one little thing here. What does that say? Industry. You know the tricks to get around NAMM is just to know the area. In all honesty, that's really. Do you call it trash or being honest? You want to play with the big boys? You got to wear your big boy pants. I'm not saying anything that I have not heard from everybody at the conference. I'm not saying one thing. None of this stuff is just me. I wish it was just me. Because if it was just me, then I just wouldn't go. But the reality is, there are people that are like, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. And if they're not going back, that's going to affect the future conferences for them. They're going to have less people. Now we're going to have teeth cleaning and maybe a massage chair and a tanning booth. Maybe we bring back CDs, VHS tapes for 99 cents. It's not going the way they're, or maybe they just get rid of the DJ area. It's already pretty much gone now. If you see the soft wall up, it's obvious. Why is there a soft wall up at all? Think about that for a minute. Why is there a soft wall? Why is there a wall separating anything? The DJs should honestly be in between the photo booth stuff. It should all be just one hodgepodge of stuff. Why do they relegate us to some little corner of the thing? Why is that? If I was them, I'd put the DJs in the middle and have photo booths on both sides. That's what I would do. Then you get full coverage and you see everything the entire time. That's what I would do. But hard to make those changes when you feel like an afterthought. It's just facts. It is an afterthought. Now, I don't know how people. Hey, I've said this for a lot of people. I'm fully capable of consulting. Fully capable. I will tell you what the reality is, and I will tell you ways to improve it. But if you don't want to listen, it's going to be hard to improve. You know, and if it turns into just a photo booth conference, I mean, in all honesty, I would do a photo booth conference and then just hire DJs to come and perform for the evenings. I mean, first off, you are in Vegas. It shouldn't be that hard. But if you want to be a DJ conference too, you absolutely have to put more priority into the DJ stuff. Anyway, no freebies. We're not doing freebies. We are done with freebies. We are done. If you want my services, you got to pay me. Maybe next week I will go through my my emails, my sales emails from these people that want me to represent them. I'll show you guys what it's like being an influencer. I hate that word, but I'll show you what it is. There's a lot of trash, a lot of crap. I couldn't imagine if this was my full-time job. I could not imagine. Because if it's your full-time job, you have to say yes to everything. I couldn't imagine. Like, maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do a video on all of that. I'll come back to this. I'll pull this together and I'll do a full-on video. And maybe they will listen. I will tell you this. I do know my word does travel because I've done multiple videos. No toothpaste company. I've done multiple videos. I did one on, let's see here. I did one on virtual DJ. No money. Okay. No money. Just did it on virtual DJ. Give you my good points and my bad points. They made changes on virtual DJ because of it. Okay. For the better. I did one for, my first video. I haven't done my review yet, but for DJ, I did a video on that one. They made changes to improve DJ. I've talked about Serato. There are improvements coming based upon my conversations with them and others too. In fact, there's some things that I know they're going to tweak whenever an update actually occurs. That's going to be better for you guys because of me being vocal. Now, I'm not saying you need to pay me for this stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. But I know you can't just deny the influence of what it is. And maybe it's because I don't just say random trash, like, oh, crazy stuff, and where people stop listening. Everything I say is always based upon facts or experience. So, we'll get there. We'll get there. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll just be, 70-year-old man. You're saying, I always say things to Engine DJ. There's been tons of things that they've corrected because of it. But I might be a super old man and I finally get my my award. Like when they gave was it Mex that gave Nick Spinelli an award? Was it I think it was Mex. Was it Mex? Or was it the Chicago one? I think it was Mex. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see. No, I just turned 50. Not Nick. But it'll be interesting to see if I ever get any lifetime achievement award. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Not that I need it, not that I require it, but it will be interesting to see. Like I was actually shocked when they gave Nick one. I was like, really? Like your contributions are, I mean, you contribute, yes, but like I didn't understand. Like, why? Really? Okay, maybe I'm missing something. Oh, that's the only conference I want to go to. That's the only conference I want to go to. Jazzy Jeff's conference. That's the only conference. That is my bucket list conference. Playlist. Bucket list conference. I will stop whatever I'm doing to go to playlist. Anyway, that's my bucket list. We'll get there. If I get an award, I do. If I don't, I don't. A lot of people don't. A lot of outspoken people don't get awards. I know this is true. They don't get awards. Kiss asses get awards. All the people that give you what you need get the rewards. It's never really the people that are just honest, because you're going to piss off some people along the way. Even if you're being the most constructively critical you can, you're going to piss off some people along the way, and it's going to impact your success. You're going to have jealous people. that don't believe that you are where you are, or don't believe that you should be in the position you're in. All those people exist. So I never assume anything. Never assume anything. If it happens, it happens. If I get an award for something, I get an award for something, but it's not going to change who I am. Not going to change who I am. Shit. We're all DJs. I own a very, very successful DJ company, and there's still people that are like, oh, you're just a DJ. Like, no, bitch, I'm not just a DJ. I'm an entertainment company. Full installs. We do it all. We have DJs too. Now, DJs might open the door for all of our work, but I'm not just a DJ. And even if I was just a DJ, so what? Just a DJ makes good money. Look at Justin the DJ. That was bad. So you can be. Now, I know the problem is everybody's a DJ now. Everybody's a DJ. But the ones that are working are making really, really good money. So that's all we can do. That's all we can do. And we didn't take it personally when they looked at us like, oh, well, I'm this. What are you? I'm DJ. Oh, you're still doing your little DJ thing? Like we didn't take it personal. You know, I know lots of people that are like, oh, you're still doing your DJ thing? Like, yeah. You know, where are you living? Oh, I have a house and blah, blah, blah. Where are you? Oh, I'm in an apartment. I'm this, I'm that. I just still can't do this. Still can't do that. Can't do this, blah, 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 blah. Like, oh, well, I don't have that problem. Because I work hard, but because DJing is a real career. That's it. Anyway, I gotta go. Thank you for hanging out today. I appreciate everybody. Went a little longer than I hoped. I'm trying to get this down to an hour and a half. Hour and a half. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm trying to keep these at about an hour and a half. Just because it makes it easier to edit, to repost things later on, especially for like Instagram and stuff like that. They can go a little long. So I'm trying to keep them down to like, I want to do 10:30 to 12 in reality. We'll get there. If I have to set a timer in OBS that literally closes the app out at 12 o'clock, I will. 1 o'clock. I appreciate everybody still staying here. I'm still shocked. I'm always shocked that after over 2.5 hours, there's still, it just dropped to 87 people, but there's been a consistent like 100 people. Like I'm always appreciative of everybody that stays and watches this show with me. I'm always appreciative because you could be literally doing anything and you're sitting here watching the show, and I appreciate it, and this is why I do it. This is why I do it every Thursday, because I like that you guys always come back, and we get new people here too. And they come in, and then, we'll get people. We have our consistent people like the norms at the bar. I just dated myself anyway. The norms at the bar, and then we have the random people that come and go, but it's always a good time. So thank you so much. I am literally going to turn off this screen, and I'm going to turn around, because now that I got the video from Kova, I'm going to turn around and cut up this. I'm going to make this QSC video. It'll be quick. It'll be a quick video, but that's going up today. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out today. As always, I appreciate you. We're short this week. We only have 3 parties this week. They're all huge, but 3 parties. So, and then after this week, I have video walls 3 out of the 4 weeks, in March. Crazy, but excited to have it. I got light installs, I got video walls, and then we have our normal DJing and everything else. I'm at SoFi this weekend at one of the clubs at SoFi Stadium. We're actually there this week and next week. I'm not on next week's, but good times. Anyway, gotta run. You guys all have great parties. I'll see you next week. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.